Good morning, everyone. This is Source Codex, aka Jazz Fusion Guy, and this is going to be another one of my how-to suggested fixes and discussions of methodologies to be used in repairing things. What I've got here is a probably a 25-year-old lawnmower. It has seen better days. I was cleaning her up and checking on various things, and I noticed I have got a lot of rust holes going on here. So they need some repair. So what I have done, you'll see this here. Well, what this is I've got this real thin metal from a cooking pan that people put in the oven to catch grease when they're baking something. I use these in my East Oak smoker oven. And what I did is I've taken these all-purpose snips here, and I've cut some pieces of metal, measured what I needed, and with your good old trusty duct tape, I have taped down the metal behind all the severely rusted out places. I wasn't going to bother with this, but when I was mowing grass the other day, a lot of stuff was flying up through those holes at me, and that's just not safe, and it's just stupid. So I want to extend the life of this lawnmower. The blade's got a lot of life on it. I sharpen it regular. The motor works great. 1-2 pulls and it starts. So this is going to be a little video on how do you repair rust outs. Okay, so we've got this backing here now with the metal. What I did is I just ran down to my local store and I bought some of this Bondo hair. It's reinforced fiberglass filler, and it's for repair of small holes up to 1 inch and rust outs, which is exactly what I have. In the next part of the video, we're going to flip this lawnmower over and start putting this Bondo on. So the lawnmower here is a Toro guaranteed to start 6.50 190 cc, and it's self-propelled. This works pretty good. The wheels pull good enough for my level yard, and I've got some jury-rigged stuff. This keeps this like this good old stick here. You know, I don't care. And one thing, I tried using this cable mounted up to the handle to hold this open, but it didn't work so good. So I wound up with the stick. And the grass blows out the side, and that's all I need. I've been running it like that with a stick for probably 10 or 12 years. Good old redneck engineering. Now, when you're turning a lawnmower upside down, it's a good idea to take your gas cap off, put a plastic bag under there to keep your gas from coming out. And I did the same thing with the oil cap here. I'm getting ready to take those off in a few minutes, but anywho, here's what we're looking at as far as the repair job. Oh yeah, this is nasty rust. There you go, you get an idea. where the Bondo is going to go. Now, the directions on the Bondo say to sand a bare area of metal where you're going to place the Bondo. So I guess I will be doing that next. I'll probably have a lot more metal come up, but that's fine. Alright, here we go. I'm going to say, it's pretty amazing that I got rust like this because at the other house, this lawnmower was stored in a shed, out of the rain, out of the elements, and at my current house, this lawnmower is stored under the house, even better protected. But I still got rust, which says to me, metal used in these guys 20-25 years ago is about as chintzy as you could get. Though it's got a great Briggs and Stratton engine, the body is where things have gone south. Now, I may fix this area here. I'm not sure. We'll see. But to buy a new body that fits this thing, it'd be run me over $200. And think of all the work. Oh my God, forget it. I don't want to do that. So, my quick fix here on these rust outs with Bondo, that's the answer. Alright, we'll come back after I've done my sanding. Okay. That's the first bit of sanding. What you need to do is get past your paint and get down to your nice, bare, shiny metal. And I'm able to get that with my Bosch orbital sander here. The grit's about 150. Alright, let's get back into it. I've been going at this for quite a while, and I wore out several pads of sandpaper of various grits, but I may hit it a few more times, but for the most part I'm feeling pretty good about how that looks, getting down to the bare metal. And once I get the Bondo on and it sets, I can sand the Bondo down as well. And recently I went to Tractor Supply and bought some enamel paint for another job on a Japanese lantern. But this will be good. Spray over the Bondo. Takes a long time for this stuff to dry, like 24 hours. So anyhow, I recommend this Magique Town and Country. Okay, let's hit it with a few more pads. Woo. Okay. I am done hitting this with the sander. I don't think I'm going to get any better than this. It's time for the Bondo. Get these little pieces of sandpaper off a little later before I do the Bondo. Yeah, it doesn't need to be perfect because, hello, this is an old lawnmower. It's not a car or a boat or something else. All right. Next step, Bondo. So here is the Bondo hair. It's what it looks like when you open it up. I'm thinking, good grief, what is that mess? Because I'm used to working with Bondo wood filler. This totally different situation, and it stinks to high heaven. Now, what I like to do is get like a clipboard and a piece of cardboard to be doing my mixing. I've got my hardener here. They recommend about a 3-inch gob of this stuff in diameter, and then a 3-inch long strip of hardener. And I'm going to use your good old paint stick as my mixer, and probably the same thing to apply the Bondo. We'll see how it goes. Okay, here's how this mess looks like once you fill up the holes. You'll notice there's still some holes that I need to take care of. Let's see, where is that hole? Like right there. I missed some. And this crack right in here, I'm going to have to mix some more. As with most Bondo stuff, you've got to work fast because it turned into this almost papery, cardboardy like substance, like right here. And you can't really apply it once it's at that consistency. You can only apply it when it's got that dark looking consistency. So I'm going to go back. Yeah, this powdery light blue, that's going to be able to be scraped off, and that's not acceptable. So I was working fast, and it started to set up in less than 5 minutes. All right, so let me go mix up some more, and I'll treat these other areas. Well, before I put on my second application of Bondo in places I missed, I went ahead and marked with a magic marker, which I would advise you to do too, because this stuff sets up so quickly, you're going to wonder where you meant to apply your second coat, and while you're looking, trying to figure that out, your stuff will be dry before you can put it down. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, there's the filler without the hardener. I'm going to put the hardener on next and show you about how much I used. Okay, there you go. That's how it looks before I mix it. And that's about how much hardener I added. And we'll see how it goes. Got to get busy now. Okay, I used all I could, and you'll see here what's happening. Excuse me, with the filming poorly. But you'll see here what's happening. It's just sort of turning into this hairy, stiff substance that you really can't spread around. I mean, you can try and spread it, but it's just going to roll up. You're past your application state. Alright, we'll let that dry and clean that up. Let's go see how long it takes the Bondo to dry. Okay, so we're going to read together. It says, to mix only enough that you can work within 3 to 4 minutes. That's how quick this stuff cures. And it says let your cure go for at least 12 to 15 minutes before you sand it with 80 grit sandpaper, which I'm going to have to run out to the store and get some. I don't have any that coarse. And let's see what else here interesting. Use primer spray, 2 to 3 coats evenly, cover the entire area. When dry, sand primer, blah blah blah, 320, blah blah blah. I don't need to do all that. So what it says, let repair cure for at least 12 to 15 minutes. So to me, I like to make double sure stuff is cured, especially when I've got a thick gob of something on. So I'm going to go for 1 hour before I jump back into this. And working out here in the garage, it's well over 80 degrees. And just to make things go a little quicker, I've got a fan blowing. I don't know if that helps or not, but it can't hurt. Can't hurt. Yeah, this newer is a little bit wiggly. Let me walk around to the other side. Yeah, this early stuff is pretty hard. It's a little tacky, but still pretty stiff. I think for an old lawnmower, this is going to do the job just fine. So we'll tune back in after I go to the store and get some 80 grit for my orbital sander, and we get down on the sanding, and then the painting. Mention real quick, I don't know if any of you can tell, but this one beat up bent can, and you know, the closest store to me that had this was Walmart Supercenter, and I just went up to customer service and said, man, look at this can. I want to buy it. It's the only one you guys have left, but it is beat to pieces. What can you do for me? So they knocked off another 10% off Walmart's low price. So I felt good about that. It never hurts to ask for a discount. Trust me. Okay, I'm back from Lowe's. And I decided to splurge a little bit on sandpaper because I'm always running out in the middle of jobs. So I got some 40, some 60, some 80. I think I'm going to start out and hitting these big tall tufts of fiberglass with the 40, then work it down a bit to the 60, and then finish off and see what we got with 80. I got them, why not use them? Okay, I am working in a well ventilated area with a fan blowing particulates out, but having worked in the medical field in my past, I'm going to not take any precautions, and I will be wearing this guy. And I suggest the same to you. You don't want all those little particulates getting into your lungs and embedding themselves and staying there for the rest of your life. Okay, I'm using a 40 grit right now. Hang on, let me take care of that. Okay, like I was saying, I'm using 40 grit right now, and I'm glad I did, because this stuff is really resistant. So let me go work on the other side, and I'll work my way from 40 to 60 to 80. And again, this is a lawnmower, so I'm not worried about it looking real pretty. I'm just worried about it being functional. Well, there's the once over with the 40 grit. I like that pretty good. I'm going to hit it with the 60 next. I just did a run with the 60 grit. Didn't look too bad. It's not exactly auto collision body work, but I'm satisfied. So I'm going to give it a cursory buzz with the 80 grit now. And then I'm going to take a lunch break. Okay, I had some leftover Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Cover primer for wood, metal, plastic, and more. And this is how she looks right now. Again, not great, not perfect. Well, I think pretty great. And it says it's going to be ready for a second coat anytime within an hour to 24 hours. Like I said, I'm going to go eat my lunch, probably take a good old boy nap, and when I get up, I'll hit this with the red enamel. But compared to what we did have, with what you guys saw earlier, with the big holes, I'm pretty pleased with this fiberglass fix. There's little imperfections here and there, but I'm not going to go back and fix those. Like I said, this is not a Ferrari or a yacht. This is an old lawnmower. So that looks pretty darn good. Alright, we'll be back soon. Well, we've had our nap and our lunch. It's definitely cooled down some. And it is time to hit her with this red enamel. Well, I used up the last bit of that red paint. That looks a lot better to me than the rusty holes. So you can go back in the beginning of the video and look at what we did have and compare it. I may just do some screen grabs and have some before and after pictures for you. Now this in here looks pretty ugly. But you know, I wasn't trying to go for beauty. I was just trying to seal up some rusty holes. and you can see the difference. Yep. A lot better. Now, later on, I'll deal with that thin metal that was duct tape underneath to give us support for the fiberglass. I'll take care of that later, but right now is not the time. So this is Source Codex, aka Jazz Fusion guys, signing off one of my how-to videos working with Bondo hair and addressing rust out.